Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters. Everyone is selling something, or at least themselves. It's just a matter of degree, but you're trying to make an impression, at least get people to buy what you're saying or who you are. So selling is something that's a part of our life. And when we take it into Toastmasters, then closing the sale is a part of our life. Now, when I joined Toastmasters, I like to tell this story because it helps me understand why I want to close a sale. Several years ago, I was taking a course in hypnosis, and after the course ended, we got a bonus program course, how to be a better hypnosis presenter in front of people. And it was a really, really good presenter. I was very impressed with her. And at the end of her presentation, she said, to be a better presenter, join Toastmasters. Not that she hypnotized me, but within the same week, 2 more people told me to join Toastmasters. Not me personally, but in this situation that I was in, Toastmasters is the way to go. So I had pretty much in my mind said, well, I'm going to join Toastmasters because I had been speaking for probably 30 years to preaching to the choir, to the holistic, the yoga group. But I felt I wanted to try my hand at the mass audience. And that's where I had no clue, no experience. So I said, so let me go to Toastmasters. And when I came to Toastmasters that first night, it was very warm and welcoming people, people who did speak. They got really good evaluations. Nobody was intimidated. Nobody was made fun of. So I joined Toastmasters. So that's something I like to tell new members. Tell them my story, or tell them a story of somebody in the room that relates to them, to make it easy to close this, to make it natural to close. Now, we also as members need reasons. We need new members, and I've set up a top 5 list only because we don't have time for a top 10 list. So the top 5 list, number 5. Keep the room warm when it's cold outside. Number 4, to keep up with natural nutrition. People leaving the room. Number 3, so we can create a wholesale buyers club. No. To ease responsibilities on current members, so 3 people are not doing all of the chores. And the number 1 reason, to make Oneonta the home of Toastmasters International. So that was funny. Thank you for that. Thank you for that laughter. I appreciate that. Okay. Actually, it's really these 2, keeping up with natural nutrition and to ease the responsibilities of new members. So this is why it benefits us. So we think in terms of helping others and in helping us get new members. It works both ways. Here's a person giving a PowerPoint presentation, has a big 0% on the screen, and he says, our study concludes that this is the percentage of customers who will buy from us if we do no effort whatsoever on our part. 0%. So we need to do something for ourselves and something for potential new members. The key reasons people sign up with our club are for 2 reasons. One, they see the meetings are orderly, there's efficiency, they're smoothly, they're timely, and also they see us as warm and friendly and we have a good time. Unlike this particular cartoon where the sales process is a giant wall mural and there's about 80 steps, and at the last step the manager says, and this is where you close the sale. Our approach is much simpler than that, fortunately. So again, we have another top list, reasons why people join Toastmasters. So, number 6, Robo class is full. Number 5, 80% join to become better speakers. Number 4, they want leadership training. Number 3, they want to improve their social skills. Number 2, they want to increase self-esteem. And number 1, grandma's always home staring at me. I need to get out of the house. And here is a person who's making a sales presentation, and the PowerPoint is a hodgepodge. And they're asked a question, and they says, well, that's a great question. Come to think of it, I'm not sure what I'm trying to sell you. We know what we're trying to sell people. We want to close the sale. And if you remember the man from Uncle back in the 60s, we're the salespeople from Uncle. And instead of U-N-C-L-E, it's C-L-O-S-E. Now, a very common approach is to say C is for confidence. We want to have confidence when we talk. L is for listen. We want to listen to the needs of the other person. Opportunity, we want to both find the opportunity that they're looking for and say, oh, this is why it'll benefit you. And S is for sell benefits. We want to sell the benefits as it relates to their needs. And E is for exceptional service. We want to provide them with a club that really makes them go home and tell everybody else about how grateful they are that they joined that club. So it's confidence, listening, opportunity, sell the benefits, and provide exceptional service. C-O-S-E. The Toastmaster from Close. So now in this cartoon, there's two salespeople, and the guy is saying, they slammed the door on me. And the female salesperson says, that's not the closing you were hoping for. So we want to be careful when we talk about the word close. Extra, extra, read all about it, closing the sale. In Toastmasters, we have a different set of words. C is for compare to an expensive weekend course. So we can tell our client, our potential customers, our potential group members, well, you know, people go to Dale Carnegie and they pay hundreds of dollars for a weekend, maybe thousands for some of these courses. And at the end of the course master says, by the way, when you go home, you should join Toastmasters because you get that weekly experience of speaking and evaluating and all of that. L is for what have you got to lose? You try it. This is what you want to do. You want to be a better speaker. 80% of people want to come for a better speaker. Try it. You know, it's not a life. It's not selling your firstborn to join Toastmasters. O is share your opinion. Well, it sounds like from what you're looking for, this is a good match for you. You'll get good benefit from it. S is for story. Share your story, like I shared my story. Or share somebody else's story. Like we had a couple come in here once, and I don't remember what the guy was needing, but I told him somebody else's story just because they were the salesperson just like him. So stories help people understand and feel why they want to be in the group. Why it benefits them instead of just logic. Forget about that. And E is for example. You tell them when they're here that when you sign up, this is what will happen in that very first class, next membership club meeting that you attend. Even though you may not have your booklet, you could be table topics, you can participate. And it's a very important, in anything we do, if we give a person a vision of what it's going to look like, they envision it that it's already happened. So it makes it a lot easier for them to say, oh, okay, sure, I can see that, I can do that. And then once they're ready to join, you hand off that person to the VP of membership, who then works with them with the application form. One of the things that I'm starting to bring up here is another way to make it more fun for people, even more fun than we have, is the improv. And I'll start to introduce that into the table topics and see how that goes. And if everybody likes it, it should be a great added benefit. In conclusion, closing a deal is a win-win situation. As I said before, it helps that person get what they want, and it helps us have more fun and ease up on some of the things we want to ease up on. Meetings run smoothly and timely. We show our enthusiasm and warmth. We have talk about the VP of membership, and we also can have a mentoring discussion, hook them up with a mentor right there. And serving their needs. This is, in essence, the conclusion, the summary of what I've been talking about. So now it's time to close the sale.